we were talking about the mixing of concrete. So we were talking about the mixing of concrete. So let's start the types of concrete mixers. There are two main types of concrete mixers which are as under. Number one is continuous mixers. Continuous mixers are used in massive construction, just like I have explained in the ready mix plant. So this is a ready mix plant. It is called continuous mixer as well. For construction of dams, bridges, etc. If you are making large structures just like bridges or dams, then you need this type of plant or this type of mixer so that you can supply the concrete continuously to the project site, which involves the use of large masses of concrete and also requires continuous flow of the concrete. In continuous mixer machine or in continuous mixer, the weighing, the weight or finding the weighing or the weighting or the weight of the materials, loading of the materials in the mixer, and mixing of the concrete ingredients as well as discharge of the concrete mixture is done continuously from the control room. And the next one is the batch mixers or the drum mixers. So here you can see this is the drum, the mixing drum. This is the churning blades inside this drum. This is the engine with the help of which we are operating this machine, and this is the locking handle with the help of which you can tilt or you can control the movement of this drum. Batch mixer is one of the most common types of mixer, and it is widely used to mix the concrete ingredients. It consists of a revolving drum with blades or baffles fitted within it. In this type of mixers, all the materials of the desired proportion are mixed and fed into the hopper or into of this revolving drum. Then the drum, on being rotated at a certain speed, mixes the materials with the help of a series of blades fitted inside the drum. The resultant mixture is finally discharged from the drum and is ready for its use. Here you can see we have this tilting mixers. So as it is clear from its name, you can handle or you can tilt the drum of this machine. Tilting mixers have a conical or bowl shaped drum with vanes inside it, with blades or vanes inside it. These types of mixers are preferable for mixes of low workability and for those containing large size aggregates. So for low workability concrete and for large size aggregates, you can use this machine. The mixing chamber, which is known as drum, is tilted for discharging the mixture. With the help of this handle, you can tilt it and you can discharge the concrete from the drum once it is prepared. Another one is the non-tilting mixer. You can see it is clear from the name. Its axis is fixed and it is not tilting. So that's why it is called non-tilting mixer. In non-tilting mixers, the mixer is not allowed to tilt and the axis of the mixer is always horizontal. The discharge is done either by inserting a chute into the drum or by reversing the direction of rotation of the drum. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि when it is rotating in this direction, it is mixing the concrete. When you are reversing the rotation of this drum, it is start discharging the concrete. Another type is the pan type mixer. You can see this is just like a pan. Pan type mixer consists of a cylindrical pan that contains set of blades. Here you can see these are the blades which mix the concrete ingredient. Generally, the mixture of concrete is discharged from the bottom of the pan. From here, we have some system, and you can unlock that, and then you can discharge the concrete. It can also be tilted to discharge the concrete. You can also tilt this, and you can discharge the concrete in the wheelbarrows or in the bogies, and you can use it. If you have any questions so far, you can ask. Otherwise, then we will discuss the transporting of concrete or the transportation of the concrete. Ji beta, any question? Khaliqullah, are you in the class? Khaliqullah इस क्लास में होते हैं? Khaliqullah, yes, Khaliqullah is in this class. Khaliqullah. Khaliqullah. अरे का क्लास की सिर्फ तस्वीर दे लगा बोले थे. Okay, let's talk about transporting of concrete. Transportation of concrete mix is defined as the transferring of concrete from the mixing plant to the construction site for placement or for using is known as transportation of concrete. The main objective in transporting the concrete is to ensure that the water cement ratio is not disturbed The slum of the concrete or concrete workability is not modified or disturbed. The air content has not been disturbed. It is about the air and content. And the homogeneity are not modified or changed. And also to prevent the delay. The delay in what? In the early stiffening and the drying out of segregation and bleeding of the concrete. So we can use different type of trucks. This is called non-agitating truck. This is static truck or normal truck. Maybe you have seen everywhere. It can use for transport of concrete on short distances, hauls or distances over smooth roads. So if you have smooth roads and short distances from plant to the project site, so you can use these static trucks. What will be the advantage of using this static truck? Cost of non-agitating equipment is lower than that of the truck agitators or the mixers. You will see in the next slides what is called agitator trucks. So here we don't have agitator, so the cost of transporting will be less. What you have to take care when you are using this truck? Watch for number one. The slum should be limited. You should not use high slum or high water cement ratio. Possibility of segregation is there. When this truck will be moving on the road, the chances are there that the water can go out from the truck, or even the cement paste can go away from other particles of the concrete, so it can cause segregation. So you have to take care. The next one is the agitating trucks. Almost the same truck but having an agitator over here. So when you are mowing or you are transporting the concrete, this agitator is agitating the concrete and is not allowing to settle. It is used for transporting concrete for all uses. All distances, long distances must allow, or the distances must allow the discharge of concrete within 1.5 hours. If you can transport the concrete within 1.5 hours or early, then this equipment or this truck can be used. What are the advantages? It operates usually from central mixing plant, so you can take the concrete from the central mixing plant to the project site. What care should be taken? The timing of delivery should suit the job organization. आपका जो प्रोजेक्ट है उसके स्पेसिफिकेशन के मुताबिक इसकी जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का टाइम है वो आपको शूट कर रहा हो, आपको अलाउ कर रहा हो. The concrete crew, the people who are handling the concrete on the project site, and the equipment which are used for handling the concrete or placing the concrete or using the concrete on site must be ready on site so that to handle the concrete as soon as possible when it reaches to the project site. Maybe you have seen these wheelbarrows and bogies, this hot gadi and these bogies. The wheelbarrows and bogies are used for transporting the concrete at ground level. It's normal way for transporting the concrete on ground level or at ground level. I hope everybody understand this. Belt conveyor. This is used for conveying concrete horizontally or higher or lower level. Here you have this concrete mixer or transit mixers, or here you can see this transit mixers. Then you, with the help of this conveyor belt or pumping, you are supplying the concrete over here, and then with the help of this conveyor belt, or it is maybe connected up to here. So this conveyor belt is supplying the concrete to over here. Okay, so you can use this for the higher position or as well as for the downward position as well. The truck mounted conveyors. This is used for conveying concrete horizontally or higher or lower level. Some of the trucks, they have transit mixer machine on its top and it have conveyor belt with it. So you don't have to arrange separate conveyor belt for transporting the concrete or for handling the concrete on site. What are the advantages of this? Conveyor arrives with the concrete and it is adjustable to reach and variable speed. So you can handle it very easily on site. Buckets. So these buckets are used with the help of cranes, cable cars or cableways, and even helicopters. What are the advantages? Enables the full utilization or usefulness of cranes, cableways and helicopters, and you can have clean discharge on the project site without disturbing the surrounding area. You can see the crane and buckets. आवाज आ रही है बेटा? आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is used for work above the ground level. What are the advantages? It can handle the concrete. You can use it for reinforcing steel bars for taking to the top stories, the farm work to taking to the top stories, and the sun-dry items which are required for the construction purposes. The pumps. Maybe some of the people who have seen the construction of this phase 3 flyover, so over there they were using such equipments, the pumps. Here you have the transit mixer machine, they are supplying this concrete over here, and with the help of pump they are supplying it to the project site. Used for conveying concrete from central discharge point to the farm wall. What are the advantages? The pipelines take up little space and can be readily extended. Delivery is complete in continuous stream and the pump can move. You can move the pumps to here or anywhere. So this is the best way if you are working on a big project. Here you can see the flexible tube at end of the pump's rigid pipeline. This is the rigid pipeline, and this was the end of that pipe, and it is delivering, or it is transferring, or it is transporting the concrete to this section. Okay, and what is this? ये क्या है बेटा?
Vibrator, sir.
Yeah, this is the vibrator with the help of which you can vibrate and you can compact the concrete. We will discuss in the compaction topic as well. Okay, the helicopters. Adnan, are you in the class? अदनान खान, अदनान क्लास में आता है आजकल? लास्ट क्लास में भी नहीं था। शहरियार,
सर वो अभी था सर, स्टार्ट में जब आपने आवाज उसको दी थी पहले इसी क्लास में, तो वो था उस टाइम।
मोहम्मद
अभी
जैद,
नहीं है सर।
जी सर।
हेलीकॉप्टर, हाउ यू कैन यूज हेलीकॉप्टर? हेलीकॉप्टर की कहाँ पे जरूरत होती है?
सर जब हम बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स पर सर काम करते हैं सर, जो ग्राउंड लेवल से
When
सर,
you are working on mountain tops, you are constructing a guest house, or you are making bunkers on the borders with some countries, and the roads are not there, then you can use this helicopter for transporting the materials. And this is the whole system of their pumps, how the people are using the concrete, how it is working above the ground level. Next one is the chute. We have already discussed this in the segregation topic. A chute is adopted for transporting concrete from ground level to the lower level, or from concrete transporting truck. It is used when the labor can't reach to the place of concrete due to the less space, like trenches. When you are working in drains or you are making trenches, then you can use such type of chutes for transporting the concrete. Maybe you have seen such system when the people are making the slabs or the lintel, the skip and hoist. This is called skip, and this whole system is this operating system is called hoist. Are adopted for transporting concrete vertically for high-rise building construction. At a ground level, the skip, this is directly fed by the mixer, and at the discharging point is discharging automatically, it works automatically. It have a handle over here, with the help of that you can operate it automatically or manually. Skip is a travel on the vertical rail for the transporting concrete. This is the vertical rail. You can see the pulley, and this have the proper system. It is moving on this pole with the help of cable, or the help of this cable is connected with this system, and the operator is operating from here. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा जो ट्रैक्टर के साथ बांधा होता है, मिक्सर मशीन भी साथ बांधा होता है, और इस तरह के भी बांधी हुई होती है। आप लोगों ने देखा है कभी?
यस सर, ये ऊपर बिल्डिंग के ऊपर पहुंचाने के लिए।
जी बेटा। Okay, the transit mixer. This is the best one, but this is very costly. Transit mixer is one of the most popular equipment for transporting concrete over a long distance, mostly in ready-mix plant or ready-mix concrete plant. It is used. Transit mixer is mounted on the truck and may be having a capacity of 4 to 7 cubic meter. Concrete is continuously agitated in the truck with 2 to 6 revolution per minute. When you are transporting it, it is rotating very slowly, 2 to 6 revolution per minute, and it is mixing the concrete continuously. A small pump is fitted on a truck mixer for discharging the concrete on site. Concrete which fit in the mixers can be either dry or wet mix. You can take the wet mix from the concrete plant, or you can have the dry material from the concrete plant, and then you can mix it when you are traveling to the project site. If the mix is wet, then it must reach the site in 1 or 1.5 hours. Is it okay beta? Transporting of the concrete clear है beta?
यस सर।
Any question? इसमें कोई question है आप लोगों का transportation of concrete में? No, yes, no.
No, sir.
Okay, placing of the concrete. This is the next topic. Once you have done the batching of the concrete, mixing of the concrete, and you have transported the concrete to the project site, how you will handle it, how you will use it on the project site. Concrete should be deposited continuously. आप continuous supply करें, continuously deposit करें site पे as near as possible to its final position without objectionable segregation. Concrete should be placed in walls. आप walls में इसको use कर सकते हैं directly, thick slab में use कर सकते हैं, foundation work में use कर सकते हैं. But you will have to use this in horizontal layers. आप लोगों ने इसमें लेयर वाइज आपने डालना है. पहले लेयर को आप कंपेक्ट करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद नेक्स्ट लेयर आपने डालना है. आप uniform thickness. The thickness of the layers should be uniform. Each layer should be thoroughly consolidated or compacted before the next is placed. To avoid segregation, concrete should not be allowed to move horizontally over too long distances. Preparation prior to placing the concrete includes the following. Number one, compacting and trimming and moistening the surface on which concrete is to be placed. आप क्या करें, जहाँ पे आपने कंक्रीट इस्तेमाल करना है, जैसे लाइक इन फाउंडेशन, वहाँ पे आप उसकी प्रॉपर उस जगह की कंपेक्शन करें. वहाँ पे अगर जड़ी बूटियाँ वगैरह हो तो उसकी ट्रिमिंग करें और उस सरफेस को आप मॉइस्ट करें, उस पर पानी स्प्रे करें बिफोर द कंक्रीट इज रीचिंग टू द साइड. इरेक्टिंग द फॉर्म वर्क आप फिक्स करें. Setting the reinforcing steel and other embedded items securely in place. आपके अगर कोई reinforcing steel बार आपने यूज करना हो तो उसको फिक्स करें. और अगर आपने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के पाइप्स या वाटर सप्लाई पाइप्स या कोई और पाइप्स आपने डालने हो या कोई आइटम्स आपने लगाना हो तो उसमें एम्बेड करें, उसमें फिक्स करें. Here you can see compaction and consolidation of the concrete. Compaction is the process that expels entrapped air, not entrained air, because entrained air we are introducing in the concrete intentionally, that is required, but entrapped air that is entrapped inside the concrete due to the voids or due to the mixing or compaction or poor compaction or poor mixing of the concrete. So we need to remove this entrapped air from freshly placed concrete and fix or consolidate or make one solid of the concrete or the aggregate particles together so as to increase the density of the concrete. So we can do this with the help of this vibrator. Can you see this graph beta? ये graph नजर आ रहा है आपको? On the y-axis we have the percentage loss in strength. Here you can see this percentage loss increases from 0 to 100%. And on the x-axis we have percentage year voids. नजर आ रहा है बेटा?
Yes.
Ji Sharia. So when we have the percentage of year voids is 30%. So here we can see the percentage loss in strength is almost 92%. If it decreases to 10%, it comes to 58 or 57%. And if it is 5%, then we can come up to 31 or 32%. When it is close to 1 or 2%, here you can see it is like 5%. So when you can remove the maximum amount of entrapped air, you can have maximum strength. समझ आ रही है बेटा? Now what
Yes,
is the purpose? What is the purpose of concrete compaction? Compaction significantly increases the ultimate strength of the concrete and enhances the bond between the reinforcement and the concrete. It also increases the abrasion resistance or the wear and tear resistance of the concrete, and its general durability of the concrete is also enhanced. Decrease the permeability of the concrete and helps to minimize its shrinkage and creep characteristics. Proper compaction also ensures that the reinforcement and fixing inside the concrete are completely surrounded by the dense concrete. The formwork is completely filled, that is, there are no pockets of honeycombing material, and that the required surface finish is obtained properly. Number two, what the concrete should be compacted during placing so that a monolithic or solid or warm mass is created between the ends of the members made from the concrete. Just like this is a beam, this is a beam, and you are making a slab inside in between these beams. So it would work. It would work like one mass or monolithic. The formwork is completely filled to the intended level, to the required level. The entrapped air is expelled completely or partially. All reinforcement and embedment are completely surrounded by the concrete. The specified finish to the form surface of the member is provided or achieved. The required properties of the concrete can be achieved easily if you are properly compacting the concrete. Now the process of compaction of concrete, what we do, let's say this is the formwork. You have to fill this completely up to the required level. Then you can compact it with the help of this vibrator. So when you are vibrating this concrete, then trapped air is going out from the concrete and you can have the properly compacted concrete. Poor compaction results into the following problems. कौन कौन से problems हो सकते हैं if you are not properly compacting the concrete? You can have the poor strength of the concrete, which may lower the service life or the design period of the house or the building. High porosity in concrete, which increases the permeability of the concrete and which may leads to the leakage in the house or the building and which can cause dampness and can also corrosion of the steel bar. Honeycombing in concrete is taking place if you are not providing proper compaction, which may also leads to the leakage in the house or the building. Lower the durability of the concrete, which may increase the chances of repair and maintenance of house or building early. आपकी ड्यूरेबिलिटी भी कम हो जाती है, ड्यूरेबिलिटी पे भी फर्क पड़ जाता है अगर आप प्रॉपर्ली कंपेक्शन नहीं करते हैं. आई होप यू रिमेंबर दीज पिक्चर्स. ये कभी देखे हैं ये पिक्चर्स आप लोगों ने? कभी
Yes,
देखे?
sir.
कब
Segregation
आप
वाले
देखे?
सेग्रीगेशन में.
Yeah, segregation में. So poor compaction results into the following problems. Okay, so compaction is very important, beta. याद रखें. The last topic of today's lecture. If you have any question, we can discuss. Otherwise, we can go to the last topic. जी, any question? मोहम्मद साद अपना माइक बंद कर दे. If you have question, you can ask. No question? शहरियार बेटा, सबाहत ईशा.
No question.
नो सर.
Adnan Khan. Oh, Adnan is there. Adnan?
यस सर. सर नेट का इशू सर, बिल्कुल काम नहीं करा सर. सर नेट
कहाँ
काटने
पे
पे
बैठे
सर.
हो? बाग में बैठे हो या घर में बैठे हो? ये बताओ.
बैठा सर, बाग में बैठा हूँ लेकिन सर काम नहीं
अच्छा, अभी
कर
इसी
रहा
वक्त भी बाग में बैठे हो? भाई जालिम, डर नहीं लगता है आपको?
सर. नहीं सर.
हालांकि पेरेन में रहने सर नीचे ख्याल कवा.
नहीं सर. सर
Okay,
कुरट था.
so let's go to the last topics. Covering and protection of the concrete. This is very important. A newly placed and finished concrete should be covered and protected from drying, extreme changes in temperature and damage. Once you have finished the concrete, then you have to cover it with the help of some sheets or bags, or you can adopt any procedure so that you can protect it from the high temperature and you can avoid the dry shrinkage of the concrete and the damage of the concrete uh, from the animals or from some other factors. The covering should begin immediately after the finishing. Once you have finished the concrete surface and it has got a little bit hardness or rigidity, then you can start covering. American Concrete Institute Committee 301 documents recommends a minimum curing period corresponding to concrete strength, which is 70% strength is achieved. The specified compressive strength is this strength is achieved after 7 days. If you remember, I told you, so at least the curing should be done for 7 days. 7 दिन तक आप इसकी ट्राई करें, क्योरिंग करें, वाटर स्प्रे करें. ठीक है बेटा? This is called the covering and protection of the concrete. ये फिगर आपको नजर आ रही है बेटा? On the x-axis we have the age of the concrete which we have tested. Age of the test: 7 days testing, 28 days, 90s, and after 1 year. On the one side y-axis you have compressive strength in megapascal, and on the other side we have compressive strength and psi multiplied by 1000. So this is the graph of the concrete. This is the graph of another concrete. This is the graph of a third type concrete, and this is the graph of a fourth type concrete. All the properties of these concretes are the same when you are making such concrete. But after finishing, you keep the first concrete in laboratory for entire time, in laboratory year for entire time. You are not providing covering. You are not providing moist covering. Then its strength is the minimum. If you are providing moist covering or you are spraying water on this concrete, the second type of concrete having the same properties, but you are providing covering for 7 days, then its strength increases as compared to this one. But if you are providing the curing for 28 days, then its strength is more than this one as well as this one. And if the concrete is covered for 1 year or 365 days, or in between these 365 days, so its strength further increases. So covering is playing very important role in the strength development of the concrete. याद रहेगा बेटा, आप लोगों ने covering जरूर करनी है. If you can't spray water for 7 days, then you can use covering compounds. So if you are using covering compound, then there is no need of the covering. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we have done with
Sir,
the
48 slide for me.
Ji,
48 number slide.
slide number 48.
जी sir.
जी, ये दोबारा बताओ.
सर ये फ्रेश
क्या
कंक्रीट
क्वेश्चन है इसमें बेटा?
BEF सर, BEF का क्या मतलब है?
जी,
यस सर, थोड़ा सा ये एक्सप्लेन कर दें. और इसमें कंक्रीट BEF क्यों?
बेटा क्या मसला है इसमें? ऊंची आवाज में बोलो.
सर इसको एक्सप्लेन कर दूं सर. ये जो इधर लिखा है फ्रेश कंक्रीट BEF और कंपैक्शन, तो ये
बिफोर कंपैक्शन. आपको मैंने बता दिया कि आप लोगों का दिस इज बिफोर कंपैक्शन. ये आपका फार्म वर्क है, ठीक है. दिस इज द शटरिंग ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट साइड. इसको आप फिल करें नॉर्मल कंक्रीट से, जो कंक्रीट आपने बनाया उधर उससे फिल करें. तो दिस इज द फ्रेश कंक्रीट बिफोर कंपैक्शन. जब आप उसकी कंपैक्शन करते हैं तो ये जो एक्स्ट्रा पोर्शन है ये इसकी कंसोलिडेशन होती है, एंड देन इसकी कंपैक्शन होती है. ये वाला पोर्शन भी नीचे आ जाता है. ये कंपैक्शन हो चुकी होती है. कंपैक्शन प्रोसेस कैसे होता है? This is expelling of the entrapped air from the concrete. So you are actually taking out the voids or the ears, the entrapped air from the concrete, and this concrete is coming to cover or to fill those gaps or those voids which has been developed or which has been created due to the evaporation or due to the expelling of, we cannot say evaporation, but we can say the expelling of these entrapped air, and you have this finally compacted concrete. Is it okay now?
जी सर, ठीक है सर.
Any other question? Muhammad Saad, Shahriyar Hassan, Sabah Tisha, Adnan Khan?
No, sir.
हाँ सर.
Okay, so if you have no question, then let me stop the recording. This is enough for today.